Many of you, I've over the years I've gotten these lights from ThruNite. Full disclosure, they send them to me for review, and this was the first one they've ever sent. They've sent me three since, and this in previous videos I've talked about. This became my go-to light. It's one AA size battery and powerful little light. No reason not to bring a light on the trail nowadays.
I used to not bring flashlights after a while on my hikes because for two reasons, like I've always said. I have a lot of daylight, so I don't need a flashlight very often. But the second reason is that old flashlights with a AA battery that weighed a ton with a small incandescent bulb were almost useless. And and you'd have an hour or so of flashlight time. With a modern LED light, you have hours, almost weeks of continuous light on certain modes. So nowadays I do bring a small flashlight, and this one is the one I bring on my hikes.
Unfortunately, through my own carelessness, I had this in a winter backpack, and it froze, and the battery ruptured inside there, or something happened. I'm not exactly sure. Now I managed to get the battery out and scrape, but there's still some stuff there, and I believe that one of the ways that this light works is by the one of the poles is here on the battery, and then the other pole is through literally the frame of the light. So I scraped everything, and it works, but it's damaged. And the people at ThruNite were very gracious and sent me a new light. So the people at ThruNite, very kind, sent me a new flashlight to review. Now, if you compare real quick, this is the 1A, which I love. This is the 2A, which means that it's has two batteries instead of just one AA battery. So you get twice the life for your, out in the field. You get a lot of life out of that by having two batteries. So I'll review the stats a little bit later, but I'm just about to take off on a hike, and I'm going to bring the box exactly as is on the hike, and I'll do the unboxing. Now I need to remember to bring a second battery, or two batteries for this one, but so just full disclosure that I did not pay for this. They sent this to me as so I could do a review, but also because I personally damaged this one. And so this is twice the batteries, and it's also the V3 compared to a V2. So apparently the user interface is a little bit different. So looking forward to see how that is.
An actual unboxing in the field. So just got this, like I said earlier, in it's a replacement for it's the Archer. It's the same version as the other light that I damaged, except this one is longer. So oh yeah, look at that. So by being twice as long, it uses two AA batteries, and I had two AA batteries in my pockets. All right, so I had two AA batteries. These lights are so intuitive. Put the two batteries in there. And lovely.
Pretty sleek.
What's that?
It's pretty sleek looking.
Yeah. Well, and so it's got a on-off switch at the end, and then this is the interface. So yeah, that's bright. That's you can barely see it. I'll do it at night, but that's the Firefly mode, and then medium, large, super bright. Holy smoke. So there's 4 settings, and I imagine if I hold it down, yeah, there's a strobe setting. So these lights are so intuitive that right out of the box you know how to use them. And then you turn it off on the end here, and then as soon as you turn it back on, it goes back to the last setting. So if I put it on bright, for instance, and then I turn it off, then when I turn it back on, it goes back to the last setting. And actually I like the control on the end like that. I mean,
feel like a cop and you're
Well,
doing
if you're
it.
actually, I do some shooting sports, and you know, I could hold my handgun and do the flashlight this way, but that's so. All right. Okay. So, and just like the other one, there's a clip. The clip is reversible. Actually, one thing I kind of wish that this light would have had, which it doesn't. You know, it's fantastic that it's got 2 batteries, but let's say you wanted to shorten it to 1 battery. The one of the other lights that they sent me had a tube that was, you know, that could be unscrewed and shortened. It would have been interesting to do this light if this was actually a tube that could be shortened. In theory, you could make it longer. You could put 3 batteries, because, you know, in principle, with 2 batteries, this will be twice as long in life as the one with 1 battery. But anyway, so the clip is reversible, and so, you know, when you put the clip on, either you attach it to a pocket, or you can even clip it onto your hat. So that's the idea. Now, and these lights always come packaged with them, you know, everything you need. I mean, I'm not gonna open this little package out here in the bush, but it's a lanyard that goes on the end. There's a couple of spare O-rings, and then there's a cap for the end cap. So, you know, a couple of maintenance items are very handy, and then some instructions. So I just read the specs. I'll post the specs on the video, but, you know, just for curiosity right now, on high intensity it's 500 lumens, and it's good for 96 minutes with 2 batteries. I mean, that's a long time. You know, that's an hour and a half. On medium at 75 lumens, it's good for 11 hours. If you put it on low at 17 lumens, it's good for 4 days. So low is when you hang it in your tent, for instance, and you're playing cards or something like that. And it's got the Firefly mode, which is 0.2 lumens, which is good for 28 days. So, and then the distance is 108 meters. So later on tonight, when it's really, really dark out here, because we're in the wilderness right now, so I'm going to experience total darkness. So I'll go and shoot video while I'm holding this light. But the other thing I wanted to say is, as I'm reading the instructions here, you know, press the tail cap halfway to activate to momentarily. So if you don't click it, if you just hold it like that, then it's on, and let it go. But if you click it, then it stays on. So interesting. So if you you know, you can just quickly flash it without clicking it, and it goes on. And then the other thing here is this little button on the side makes it very intuitive. So out of the box, hadn't used this light yet, but you know, I used it appropriately. I figured out how to use it instantly the moment out of the box. You know, it says here to change the mode, when the light is on, single press the side switch to rotate among Firefly, low, medium, and high modes, and then do a long press on the side switch to go to strobe. So out of the box, I quickly turned it on, and I showed you guys exactly that. So that's how intuitive this is. So again, you click it, and it's turned on, and it goes on to whatever mode it was on before. It goes right back to that mode. And this side button here flips through the 4 different modes. So this is Firefly. If you look right now, it is on Firefly. So Firefly is like 0.2 lumens. So that's when you're in your tent and you just want to read something, and don't want to use a lot of battery. I mean, 28 days. And then you flick, then you get low mode, medium mode, high mode, and then if you click and hold down, you go to strobe. And strobe is, you know, if I'm lost and I'm flashing a plane flying overhead, I put it on strobe. Or I don't know if this is true or not, maybe it's an urban myth, but you can distract somebody by flashing, you know, an intruder in strobe mode. And in fact, these things are so powerful, you don't want to flash this in your eyes. Like 500 lumens is a lot of light, so you don't want to flash this in your eyes. So quick review, this is what it looks like out of the box. We're in the wilderness. I'm going to go try it tonight and show you how it is. Actually, and maybe I'll go try it underwater later tonight also. Just a quick observation. So this is a small, you know, GPS. This is the one I use,
and you know, I'll do a video on the uses of this. I'll do a video on navigation at some point, but if I click on this button right now and it tells me that the battery's low, that's fine, it's low, but I just want to show some this GPS uses 2 AA batteries. So in theory, well, not in theory, practically, right now I have 2 AA batteries in here and 2 AA batteries in there, but this light is so lightweight and so efficient, and it's right now it's 9:30 at night. So if you know, look at this, at 9:30 at night in Alberta, it's light. So practically speaking, I'm gonna need a flashlight maybe once during the night, because I'm not hiking at night. I mean, I could use a flashlight to hike at night, but I don't hike at night. So the single purpose of this flashlight is if I get up in the middle of the night and I want to go pee or check out on something. So because I've seldom used a flashlight, what I can do is save batteries and use the 2 batteries that are in here, and when I'm not using my GPS at night, take the batteries out and put them in my flashlight. And the odds are that I won't even, I mean, of the 2 items, the one that's most critical is this one. I need batteries to last for this one. This one to me is less critical. Actually, neither is critical really. I mean, you shouldn't depend on battery powered items. And so I got here with the GPS. Now I can go out without any problem. So now I can take the batteries out. I don't need this GPS, and now I can use the batteries. So it's just an idea that, you know, I'm bringing batteries for 2 items. So right now I have 4 batteries, but I could have brought just 2 batteries that I use in here interchangeably, because the reason I can do that, well, all devices are becoming efficient, but this flashlight in particular is extremely efficient with batteries. I'll put the pack in under the awning later. We'll put away the clothes. All right. So it is now 10:38. Sun's gone down. There's still a little bit of, you know, glow in the sky, but not much. I'm gonna use my new light. Wow, that's okay. Look at that. I can videotape everything. Okay, so I need to put away stuff. I'm gonna put away you can see perfectly. That's on high. That's on Firefly. You can't see anything. Actually, on low, you know, if I'm looking for something on low, getting out of my tent, I can find my way on low, no problem. Medium, even better. High, ridiculous. I don't do this very often. This is what it's like if I was hiking at night without the light. So I'm hiking at night. I mean, I can still see the light, the trail, sorry. Now, on just gotta find a button. So
On low, I can hike at night, no problem. So if I left late and I was hiking at night, I can hike at night on low. Now this is low. Imagine, watch this, on high. I can see way over there. And I hope it shows up on the camera. No problem. So if I was coming out here looking for firewood, I could find firewood, no problem. Looking for a dead tree. Now, put it on high. Look at that. I came here earlier. A tree like. I don't know if I needed. These are all live. I'm sure there's some dead ones in there. Come up with something like this. All right. So that's high. Super high, actually. Now it's back on Firefly, low, medium. I'm not gonna... Medium is already blinding. I'm not gonna go on high. High would be way too blinding. Actually, it's blinding. I can't even see ahead of me. There. Hi, Tika. Did you follow me, my girl? All right. Let's go, my girl. Let's follow. Let's go back. Huh? Yeah. 500 lumens, baby. Okay, let's just burn this out a little bit. Hi, Tika. I'm not gonna flash it in your eyes. I'm gonna go down to the water.
What do we do with this stuff?
Go down to the water. All right, going underwater. Firefly mode underwater. Low mode underwater. So far so good. So it's good to a couple of meters underwater. There you go. And then just one last thing, then I'm going to bed. It's the interesting. Strobe. So, very intuitive light. Very, very intuitive. The user interface on this thing is phenomenal. I was looking for the light because I wanted to do a little closing commentary, and I couldn't find it in my backpack, and I realized, oh yeah,
here's my light. Here it is. I was using it when I was working on the quad, and I was using it as a to see where the spark plugs were. I was having a hard time getting a hold of the spark plugs. So
so there you have it. The light is definitely already on my list of useful tools around the house. So it was in the shop because I was using it recently. Anyway, so Marty up north signing off, but hope you enjoyed the quick review of the Archer 2A V3. It's great. Like all their products, it's a fantastic product. It's solid, it's reliable, it's good quality, and very intuitive, easy to use, and reasonably priced. Actually, I'd say better than reasonably priced, very well priced. So hope you enjoyed the video, folks.